Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some High Card together. Last time on High Card was the Take Back 5, where we got the exposition of the legend of the cards, with the 52 knights and all that, but none of that mattered because it's a heist on a cruise ship time. And we of course have the true king. No, not him. We have the CEO of Who's Who, Norman Kingstad, trying to steal the card, while our protagonists also try to steal the card. And after a whole bunch of shenanigans, finally, after the whole bidding war gets upstaged, the card is stolen away by the telekinetic woman from Klondike, who escapes in a helicopter. None of it mattered.
Was it her
and
again?
They all failed. They haven't given her a name yet.
I said, was it her again? I remember
Yeah.
it was one of the Klondikes. I just didn't remember it being her.
Yeah, it was her in the helicopter again. I think they even specifically showed her, but the power would give it away.
Well, it would if I remember it. Clearly, if I don't remember it being her, then not remembering there was a power goes hand in hand, I think.
This show is building up a mid-boss that we just do not care about yet.
Well, no, it's still establishing all the characters. Like, we've gotten all our main characters out of the way. Now we're establishing the bosses of the groups that are going after the card. And I guess in, I don't know, like Rita Repulsa's freestyle, we're getting all their minions in the same pot. So, I don't know, either we're rushing to, the big climax of everybody fighting everybody, or we're gonna have a 25-episode run and I didn't realize it, or...
Yeah, we got 5-6 episodes to wrap up this season. We still don't know everybody. What's going on?
Yeah, or this is just gonna be like the run of, hey, let's leave it on either a cliffhanger or a everything not solved position, and see how it does, and maybe we'll greenlight a season 2 based on that.
Oh gosh, that would be the absolute worst here, right? It's if it was just a singular wrapped up story, or at least a good arc, that'd be fine. But if it's just got a cliffhanger, it's that just gotta deplete all the emotions I got.
Well, I mean, I like the art style of the show.
There's lots of other good things about it.
The music,
but it can destroy the narrative.
Well, I mean, the music is at, say, 50% there. I like the outro. And the animation style that's used in the outro is also good. The characters are 4/5 alright.
You just got the one that we really don't like and want to see get the crap beaten out of him.
I'll go further. I'll say 3/5 alright.
Ooh.
We don't know anything about the green guy. He has vine powers, that's it.
You are absolutely right. We have not really gotten a lot of him other than he just is there.
He's effective, more effective than the money guy. He has the same amount of personality, though. That's because we haven't seen anything. He could have 100% more personality, just not given any screen time. Also, the only person of color on the team, no screen time.
There is one? Where? I haven't seen him.
No
screen time.
The green guy.
Oh.
He wears a green suit, but
I
guess he's... I'm not good at this. He's either Indian...
He's animated.
He's either Indian subcontinent or... I don't know, it could be anything. I'm not...
Beta, I have a secret to reveal to you. It's actually blackface.
I know, his hands are the same color as his face.
But I guess for right now...
I was literally just watching a meme earlier of Jesus curing somebody of blackness.
Gosh.
That was in what looks to be an 80s animation religious movie. And I think the people who were commenting on it were saying he could also... The thing that's been happening is, one, he could be a leper, and they decided to, show that by just having him be dark, and then Jesus turns him white to remove his leprosy. Or that he's caked in mud, and that Jesus cleans him or something. It's not a good look. Not a good look either way. But, yeah.
And that's white people for you, everyone.
Well, it comes from the same denomination that thinks Jesus had to be a white man, despite, everybody of
Living in
that,
the Middle East.
yeah, being that region, the original Jews not being white themselves. There's a lot of evidence to indicate that Jesus would not have been a white guy.
Yeah. Before we get too deep into that and start the Council of Nicaea again, this episode is Love and Fake. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think more than one angel could fit on the head of Peyton.
Fair enough. So,
People
let's see where
died,
Angel-
Griff. People died. Actually, I've already
What?
given my thoughts on this. Specifically vis-a-vis head of Peyton. No, vis-a-vis the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Where we only had an image of two people. And I think this is a trans thing. Is what I think I said before.
Yeah, we had like some weird stuff going on, and we're gonna have to get the explanation.
Well, what I think I said before was it was a transformation thing. Sorry, the trans thing, but also a transformation thing. That the card allows them to transform back and forth between a guy and a girl.
That card is gonna be in very high demand. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know what I've said here seems like I have some sort of authority, but same thing that I thought the 5 card makes you invisible for. Nothing. Based on nothing.
Based on nothing.
I'm giving them powers.
Theta, what's your source? You made it up.
I'm giving them powers the same way, say, the X-Men creators did. Just throw shit at a wall. Let's see, it's got 2 names in it. The only other person in the show with a power that has 2 names transforms into 2 different people. They've given us an image of 2 people. I'm gonna say they're the same person. Boom,
Yeah,
I'm
if they got
done.
a precedence, maybe it could work out. So, I
No,
think on that
they have
note,
a king, actually.
yeah. Well, I think before we get started, be sure to hit like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. Top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, it's all some early access stuff. You can check it out over on the Patreon. Just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all support the channel, just a little bit extra. Ah, so that's why this is Love and Fake, because we're doing an OnlyFans episode.
I don't think you know what OnlyFans is. If you think this is OnlyFans.
That she's live streaming.
Do you think Twitch is OnlyFans?
It is for some people. Can't help but keep stealing stuff. Well, she immediately figured it out. Alright, so here it comes. We're gonna get the power.
Well, glue, I was way off.
There we go. Literally, we have the JoJo power in the room.
I guess I could not have been more wrong with my guess.
Nope. Alright, so this is the comedy episode where they have to work together and find out all the ways they don't work together, but
I
overcome
mean,
it in the end.
Not really. Regen guy could just cut that arm off, and then we just move on with our day. Other
Well,
guy...
except Finnekill now has a severed hand attached to his the rest
Well,
of the day.
yeah, so... I mean, it's inconvenient, sure, but at least we keep one guy at 100% effectiveness.
Honestly, your solution is like the simplest and most elegant, and I will be surprised if they don't just decide to go ahead and do that immediately.
I mean, literally just take a knife and carve that section of your hand skin away, and the other dude just has a fully effective hand with an extra layer of skin.
I mean, that might require some precision carving.
Not really. The dude's regen.
Yeah,
And
he
clearly-
just demonstrated here in the intro. He has his whole arm back in an instant. What does he care?
Yeah, he's really not dealing with any pain-related issues. So, literally, just shove any sort of knife in there. Just make sure you're cutting towards the regen guy, not towards gun guy.
Remember, always point your knives away from yourself, except if you have regeneration.
So there, I mean, really, I've solved the problem in minutes. If these two are still glued together in this next minute, I have no faith. Fuck it.
They're still stuck together hours later.
They haven't thought about it.
Whole day.
Or they fell in love. Also, it's not even a power issue, right? Yellow guy is right-handed. Right hand is fine. Red guy, not using the power thing, right? So the glove being there isn't a problem either.
Instead, they refuse to solve the problem and will go an entire week failing to do so. Yeah, you already found her Instagram. You know, you think they would have done any amount of investigation beforehand, then.
I mean, you gotta have real confidence the card's never gonna get stolen from you. To tattoo your legs with, you know, card symbols.
I've had this card for a whole week. I have now built my entire personality around it.
At this point, you're just asking to get glued to more stuff.
They're about to get glued to a lamppost.
If I was her at this point, knowing that they're not trying to, like, unglue themselves, I would slide between them and glue their feet to the ground.
I'm also waiting for the lifeguard to just pop up and go, no running in the pool. Defeated by Blaha.
Defeated by an inflatable object.
Surely they are the,
Yes!
Hey! It took him a minute. Are you doing this at the pool in front of everyone?
Well, that's never come up before.
Well, I mean, it literally is just coming up now. This is the first time they're direct. There you go. Immediately reattached.
See, I would need 5 more scenes of experimentation. Right? Like, okay, I'm gonna dangle you off of this building over a pool, and I'm gonna cut my arm off. Let's see if it reattaches immediately then. It's not how bingo was played.
You know, if she would just stop posting to Instagram, they would stop finding her.
I like when signs don't say exit. They have a pointer that says way out.
Ah, come on, she's doing charity. You gotta hold off. She is really busy.
She's a full socialite, yeah.
I feel like I've learned more about her character in, like, this tiny montage than I have about Green Guy.
Or, Knockers, for that matter. And yes, I'm talking about the blue guy, not her.
She doesn't even go.
Making a double date. I've been waiting in that car in the corner for 7 days.
During that 7 days, I've learned how to do relationship counseling.
You know, there's still one solution on the table. Chop off yellow guy's hand.
I think it might come back too. I just drink energy drinks all day. I think that's just saying you kind of don't make money doing this. I mean, she literally has every advantage. She looks great, she has a full social life, she's full of lots of interesting things. She's got every possible thing on the table to make her just, like, a great person. What did she need a card for? This is a great point.
That don't impress me much. So you're not the looks, but have you? Anyway, Shania Twain.
It's like there's a new you, like every other week or something. Yeah, the romance plan has not only failed once, but like 3 times at this point. Or can he just not stand to be rejected?
It's the original sea salt flakes.
Damn, you live like this? And you were gonna invite someone back here?
So the answer's no, Griff? Because yellow guy's not trying to hook up with anybody. K9 soda. Not a great name for a soda.
They could always go with Doggy Doo. All your family is dead.
Well, unless a teenage boy, you know, got them somewhere else. No, you don't remember the backstory of the nation from last episode?
Oh no, I remember. Oh, we're definitely finding a person whose power card is to have a big suit of armor. Your life is always in cards.
He has the Genos backstory. You know what that is, right? You watched One Punch Man, Griff.
Yeah.
Never let me go. Look, we have one of 2 solutions. Either one of us kills the other one, or we are destined to be together romantically. See, this is what threw me off, is they had this girl and our card user side by side in the preview.
Oh yeah, she's gonna pop up for sure. Ah, there we go. Back to the gay panic. You really gonna just spill the beans about, like, the magical cards in your work? Just instantly?
It's not actually like a huge secret or anything.
I know, it seems like the powers might be secret.
How can they be? The majority owners of the cards are people, not them.
Why would they be auctioning off the card on a ship as if it was just a cultural artifact?
Because they didn't think it was real. Look, I'm saying when... Let's see. They've captured one card, and then there are 5 of them. 6 out of 52 cards are on their side. Right?
Yeah.
Which means 46 other cards are free to, hey, I have a card, and it's giving me power! Right?
But, like, even the police aren't, like, super aware of it, and they're just like, this is this conspiracy.
Only one of them, literally, remember Rock Guy is doing it. Hey, I have powers, let me sell them for, you know, I'm gonna sell my powers to accomplish your goals or whatever, mercenary.
Also, apparently she does actually do work at some point, okay.
Well, we've seen her do charity work. We've seen her do other work, too.
Ah, true. I just wasn't sure she was actually getting money for anything. Given the couch surfing life.
Oh, this old gambit. Well, this would never work. Literally, even in this day and age, they'd be like, no, fuck him. He's lying. I don't know him.
Here we go, the real plan. Just socially awkward outings for the rest of your life. Give us the card, or we'll interact with you more.
Too true, too true.
Easy to lie when you got the hint of truth in it.
See, the problem is this show doesn't really know its medium yet. Right? So she's trying to like, oh, Chris, you really scared me the other day. I was maybe as soon as I... Now, if I was her, what I would do, I would call the cops and accuse him of rape.
Jeez.
That's what she wants to ruin.
They work with the authorities, though.
Right, but she wants to ruin his appearance in front of her, right? He doesn't actually... Don't need all the legalities. Just need the cops to show up. And then he can't, like, let go of this guy's hand, right? So the cops are going to have to use force to take him in.
I think given the personality of this girl, she just literally is not that cruel. She's being more cheeky about her revenge than anything.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know their limits as a show, so they're not going to the extremes. That seemed obvious to me.
And she's dead. This was my greatest last day. You have a card power that lets people regenerate.
No, the card has to choose you, remember?
Ah, yeah.
See, they're gonna pull this shit, but they wouldn't pull the rape card, is all I'm saying.
They went for as high drama as they could here.
No, seriously, I have a regeneration power. I'm an infinite source of blood transfusion. Let me in there.
Oh, you got in, and now you get to sit here and quietly. How do you feel now, Chris?
Although I guess specifically, the way that they've shown this episode how his regen power works, if you try to transfuse his blood into somebody else, it would get ripped out of them and back into him.
I think that might just be the combiner's card power, not his.
We don't know.
Or just a circumstance that only his card and that card could ever possibly do.
先生心して聞いてください妹さんはそっかミシェルはずっと入院してたのか
だからお兄ちゃんがしょっちゅう面会に来てくれて二人っきりの家族だからってちょっと頑張りすぎミシェルご両親は
What parents?
クリスも
Got killed by a giant guy in armor.
We're gonna find the entire crew as orphans by the end of this, I swear.
But the girl's not an orphan. Her dad just died. That doesn't make her an orphan.
I think you'll find dead parents do in fact make for orphans.
No. Griff, if both of your parents died right now, hypothetical, you're not an orphan. Your parents are just dead.
妹のことまで嘘ついてごまかすの
優しい嘘は辛い事実や悲しい過去を忘れさせてくれる優しい嘘は誰も傷つけないだろ
あんた自身は傷つかないの
大丈夫俺って
My feelings also regenerate
それにもし大丈夫じゃない時が来てもその時はまた一つ仮面をかぶればいい嘘の仮面を君の言う通り俺は空っぽ仮面を外したところでそこに顔なんてないのさ
私見れた気がする仮面を外したあんたの顔このカード気が変わったら渡してあげるわいつになるかはわからないけどだけどもしかしたら必要なくなるかなって今日付き合ってもらったお礼ってことでその時が来たら俺がもらいに行くよ
Also, you probably make a lot of money in the construction industry. Just throwing that out there.
So, oh gosh, no. Actual utility power, right? Yeah, I can stick anything together to anything. It'll just continually reform back to where it was before. This is the best power that's ever happened to society, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
All of these... It's not this show, but like every series, like superpowers are underutilized.
Well, I mean, like My Hero Academia, right? You start off with the premise of the power, and then them getting more powerful isn't so much the quirk getting more powerful. They're just thinking of ways to use it in different ways. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why My Hero Academia is like so fun, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is a logical consequence of the things you already know. Let's do it. So they wanted to set up Chris as like this compulsive liar this episode as like his primary personality. But I don't think I felt that. What about you?
I don't know what you're talking about. They
were going on and on about like the mask. It's like, oh, there's nothing really underneath me. I just lie to people all the time to get whatever I want.
I mean, the Mask of Lies thing came up a couple times, but They didn't set him up as a compulsive liar. They're using like Mask of Lies as you don't show your true self. Which is... Hold on.
And now they're really together.
変な誤解してんじゃないの？やめてくれよ。
お待たせ。
サンキュー。なんで？
ここで働くことにしたの。
And now she becomes a part of High Card.
でもさ、チェルシーは運命の人を探すために転々としてたわけだろ？住み込みで働き出したらチャンスが減っちゃうんじゃ。
試してみようと思ったの。本当にカードが必要ないって思えるかどうか。
え？どういうこと？次回ヒートアップ。
Oh, okay. More birding building.
From Mob Psycho to High Card.
They just can't stop right now with it. So whose parents are gonna die this time?
Well, I mean, this could be a flashback to, you know, Big Armor Guy. So
yeah, they set it up this episode, so now they'll just go through with it.
Yeah, so Yellow Guy's parents. Anyway, what I was saying was Mask of Lies not being actual lies, just, you know, the facade that you put on brothers. Vis-a-vis, like, what they used to talk about in the movie Mask. Sorry, not Mask. Not Mask with Cher. The Mask with the... you know, because, you know, they have that whole book, Masks and what we show other people.
Right. And that kind of, like, gets referenced, like, very continually in anime as, like, a, sort of a thing everybody kind of reads over there, huh? But I think, like, more to the point, they continually say it's like, well, there's nothing underneath, you're just a hollow person overall.
Right, which goes to what I'm saying, is that they're not showing him out to be a liar, as you were reading into, because he's not lying, he's just not being his real self.
But this was his episode, his characterization, but I think, honestly, like, out of most of the characters, I've already felt the same way about him that I think this episode wanted to set up, which is that, yeah, sure, he just kind of says whatever, but he's just kind of chill and probably is a person who actually does care slightly. Like, his reaction to things is, like, to kind of reach out and talk to them instead of, like, immediately doing something else, right?
Was this his episode, or was this her episode?
Probably both, actually, because it looks like they've added her to the main cast now, so there we go.
You already pointed out that you've learned more about her in a couple of minutes than you have about some of the main cast.
Yeah. And if this is what they want to make as their, like, relationship for this entire series, yeah, no, I think they did a good job trying to talk about them both at the same time and actually have maybe, like, a natural-ish relationship between them instead of, like, a forced one. If they did start hitting it off, I would say, good, okay, everything actually makes sense. They're human beings about it, it doesn't feel forced, and I feel pretty happy about it. And if they don't, that also feels normal.
I mean, it was kind of forced.
The intro showed like what would be like the forced scenario, where he like does the constant pickup lines, they immediately work and all that, and then they go through some like shenanigans or something.
I would say his immortal ladies man thing would be less forced than what we went through this episode. Literally, this was forced because they were stuck together and had to chase her around. Literally, they were forced to do so. Whereas his lame pickup lines were literally walk-awayable. She walked away from them a number of times, not forced.
I think that probably actually brings me to like a thought in that there is a lot of stuff going on at once. There are a lot of parallels and comparisons going on within the text itself that I think the people writing it are actually smart and have an idea of what they're doing. But I know, I see the face you're making, but though they're good at setting things up, I'm not sure if they're actually like the best at just writing plain text here.
One, I do enjoy that when I say something, it gives you a thought. Two, I appreciate that your default for the writers of the show is that they're idiots.
No, I'm saying
contrary to popular belief, contrary to your popular belief, I think the writers of the show are actually intelligent.
I don't just automatically believe the opposite before because I said something now.
No,
I think
you're
there is
saying
smart
it,
writing in the show.
You're saying it in a way that implies, let me state my position now because I believe you to think it's contrary.
Given that we hate several characters, it's possible we believe that. But no, that would be my opinion then. So Theta, you got any last comments before we wrap up?
I mean, the episode was well served by its... What's the word here?
Premise?
No. Disclusion? Is that a word?
Yeah, basically focusing on a couple of characters instead of...
Well, I mean, if inclusion is including somebody, disclusion would have to be not including somebody, right?
Disinclude would be, yeah, that would be correct.
Well, it would be disclusion, right? Not disinclude. Right? You would replace in. You would replace in with dis, right? I forget what that part of a word is called. The
prefix, suffix.
Prefix, yeah. Well, there's a specific term also defining what is the negative and positive qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, of knockers not being around.
There you go. All right then. So this has been Stone-Faced Reactions, everyone. I'm Griffin. That's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around.